right, y'all, we're going camping. We're headed to the Sipsey Wilderness. I'll talk to y'all when I get there. All right, so we're doing something a little bit different this weekend. Something that's changed is that I can't say we, because Gigi did not come with me this weekend. Her sister she's visiting with her sister, so I thought it would be a good weekend for me to try camping in the 4Runner so that two of us wouldn't have to suffer if it went bad. I also brought a Hennessy hammock. I may stay in that too. It's summertime, and the coolest thing that I know of to stay in the summertime, at least in the South, is a hammock. If you can sleep in a hammock, some people can't. I am in the Sipsey Wilderness within the Bankhead National Forest in Alabama. The Sipsey Wilderness and Sipsey Creek is supposed to be some of the cleanest water in the nation. So tomorrow I'm going to try to hike some of that, but today I was just going to do another dispersed camping. This is free. I'm just on a forest road. It's called Wolf Pen. One second. The Wolf Pen Hunt Camp, which are just some forest roads within this national forest. I found a pretty good spot here. I don't have to have a huge spot because it's just a vehicle, and this one's pretty level. I kind of have it set up level. I'm using my water bottle to give me an idea, of how close I am. I think it's close enough. So I thought I would go through the truck box that I keep inside the 4Runner to kind of show you how I have it set up. There are a lot of people that have some very creative truck boxes, but I'm much more of a KISS guy. Keep it simple, stupid, so and it works out real good because I use my truck boxes for different things. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So it's basically just a box with a couple of drawers. I didn't use pull handles, just a hole through there. I'll pick up the mattress. It goes about 4 feet back. It is not tied down in there. The weight of the box is what keeps it down. I can have my back seats in. I do not have them in right now. And the back seats, you can use it as a back seat. So this box on this side stays pretty much the same all the time. This box just slides inside there. There are no stops or drawer glides on here. There is a very low friction tape that is applied to the bottom runners, the sides of this box, that make it easy to go in and out. I don't want it to slide in super easy or out super easy because I don't want it sliding around as I'm going down the road. And this works perfect as far as I'm concerned. This first part is just the tools that I carry every day, which I can work on the floor. I can do a lot of stuff with these tools mechanically, maybe not carpentry or plumbing, anything like that. The middle portion of the box has extra water, and I carry extra water throughout the 4Runner, mostly in the throwaway bottles, the little plastic bottles. It's just easier. I can cram those up under the seat, and I can refill them and stick them back up under there. And then I have some that if I had to give one to somebody, I just give it to them, and then, that's their water bottle or whatever, but I usually keep a water bottle back here, a single mattress for this pad if I ever wanted to use it, some handy dandy wipes, raincoat, this little kit right here we can go into later, and then there is a wool blanket in here on the very bottom, and a silky saw that stays in there as well. And then in the very back there's some recovery gear, toe straps, and my backpack that goes with me every day that I try not to get in and out of, and a 4-way lug wrench stays back there. It's a foldable one, so it packs away easy. That allows me to work on whatever trailer I have to be pulling. There's also some emergency SOS food. We can go into that backpack if y'all are interested later. But this stuff stays in this drawer. Some extra tie downs, you know, some rope, duct tape, like I said, a lot of tools. One of my hitches stays in there, some work gloves, blah, blah, blah. So this is drawer number 2. So this drawer stays set up with my camping gear. I can slide this drawer all the way out, and then I have a work drawer that I slide in its place that houses all of my carpentry tools and fasteners and levels, battery drills, drivers, reciprocating saws, isolating tools. All that goes in my tool drawer, which is what stays on this side most of the time. When I get ready to go camping, I slide that drawer out, slide this drawer in, and I'm ready to go camping. Now, some of this stuff, this Kelly kettle, we'll talk about it later. I just picked this up at while we're in Denver at a used gear store, and I wanted to play with it a little bit. But this stuff stays in the drawer. There's a cutting board that I can also use as a table. There's 2 chairs, which these One Tigers chairs, they weren't expensive, and they're kind of a, you know, the camping chair folding style, but they are comfortable and they fit good in here. This is the stove I usually leave in here as a base. It uses the little green propane bottles, which you can find just about anywhere, any Walmart. And this other side has, I got some coffee and oil and Lucy lights, my pour over coffee maker, thermocell, some refills. You know, there's some other fire starter, knives, a fire striker, some fat wood, my Stanley 2-person mess kit, and there'll be some other like assorted foods. I think there's some Clif bars in there and some tuna, can of Vienna sausages. In the back, there's a couple of extra bottles in the back section, and another one of those SOS emergency pads, another couple of small Nalgene bottles. And this one stays set up like this, other than some food that might change out. And like I said, I threw that in there because I wanted to try it. And a lot of times there's another water bottle in here. Anyway, that's the camping drawer. So then the mattress just sits on top of the box and on top of a platform that I add when I let the seats down to go camping. The bottom of the seat in the back seat, they are removed for the platform to lay flat. Now there's just 2 bolts that hold in each half of the seat. It's very easy to put back in. And we just got this air mattress when we were in Denver. There was a camping resale store, and this was a 4-inch self-inflating mattress. It's made by Big Agnes, and it's extremely comfortable. The nice thing about the inflating air mattress is that I can deflate it, and it makes a very small package compared to the foam mattresses. It's probably, you know, around 14 inches in diameter, and I don't know, 23 or 4 inches wide, I guess. The other thing is, being inflatable, it's very easy to move around. I can take it out and dust it off real easy. I can let the air out, fold it over in half if I just want the cargo space right here. So that makes this real easy. It's also got a very comfortable top on it. I have already slept on it, not in here, but so I will just use a blanket and use the top of this. I also have some screens, some stretchy screens. I'll try to put links to all this stuff in the description. But these screens go on the windows. Like I said, I'll try to put a link to all. So this is just like a pair of granny panties with no leg holes. You know what I mean? Anyway, these go over the door, the top of the door, and you can roll the window down and the bugs can't get in. So I can get a nice cross breeze across the windows. So I'll be using those tonight if I decide to sleep in here. So as you can see, the seat's down. That goes all the way through to the other side. And then, of course, there's all that room right there to store stuff. So we can put all of our luggage and other stuff in there. So that's how I've got it set up. I also keep a small cooler in here for the trip this weekend. There's plenty of room for clothes and etceteras up under the front portion of the bed. On the sides, I keep my fly rod and tackle box. There's some ratchet straps and other tie-down material and some extra ammo. The fishing rod rack in the top, which is where I carry rods. I also have beside the on the other side of the bed, I have the air compressor hose. I have an air compressor on here for airing down or airing up tires. There's a you know, a jumper box up under the seat in case I have a dead battery. What else? I've got the jackery in here and a day pack on the front seat that's just got some essentials in it. And then of course I have the roof rack. There's still plenty of room left for anything we need to do. So, I mean, it's been fun setting this up, and it's opened up a lot of new doors for being able to go on the weekend. I really hadn't planned this trip this weekend, but I basically just had to slide the drawer in, throw a pillow in, and the mattress and a blanket. And, you know, you're going to see menu planning was not very high on my list, but, and I took off. I kind of pretended like I got everything done that I wanted to get done this weekend. I'm going to pretend like that until I get back. And I'm going to enjoy my time out here in the National Forest. All right, like I said, I didn't do much planning, so we're going to keep it pretty simple tonight with some rice some rice. I got this 90-second Spanish rice. I mean, I've used these before. Basically, it says to break them all up and then put it in the microwave. We're going to use a little bit different microwave. I'm going to vent it so it won't explode. And we'll try to run the rice down to the bottom if I can. I set this on here just to kind of warm it up, right? We'll throw a lid on it. It ain't got to be tight. Just to kind of warm it up. Good enough. Then with our rice, we're gonna have some authentic German herring fillets and mango pepper sauce. Fresh caught. I've had these before. Same thing, I'm gonna vent it a little bit and I'm just gonna pull some coals out. I really don't have to have these warm, but we're gonna do that anyway. So those will sit right there. All right. So basically we're just gonna try to get that stuff warmed through. Meal planning. Anyway, we'll get this stuff down our gullet. Should be dark in about 45 minutes. And we'll meet up with y'all in the morning. So I was gonna not, I thought I was through. But I'm gonna tell you, this German, let's see, Spanish rice, Germican, or Mexman. I mean, this is a lot better than I thought it'd be. This has got some capers in it, and with that mango sauce. The sauce is real good. I may dump it in with this Spanish rice. Yep. I mean, for dessert, we're having Alka-Seltzer, but it's dessert. Good morning, y'all. It's about 6 o'clock. I ended up staying in the 4Runner all night, and I slept great. It worked out real good. I mean, I'll just pack up the hammock and can always still carry it along because it doesn't take up any room. So tonight, this morning, I'm gonna make some coffee and some breakfast. I'm just set up on the back of the 4Runner right here. I'll show you what's going on. So I've just got my burner set up inside my drawer and using my cutting board as a table. Now what I did forget was a coffee cup. And the way this little filter works is, the way this little pour over coffee filter works, I think it's a GSI. Let's see. Huh. Doesn't have a name on it, that I can tell. Anyway, it packs away like this right here. You know, that's how much room it takes up in the box. And then this pulls off of there, sets on there. And these right here would fold out to go on top of your coffee cup, you know. Unfortunately, I forgot my coffee cup. Now the coffee would go in right here. You just fill that up and then it pours through here, through the coffee and into the coffee cup. Now, I'm just gonna end up putting this on top of my clean canteen, which is not ideal, but I mean, I gotta have my coffee in the morning, and I will be able to put a couple of cups through here, and of course it'll be hot down here, so I'll have to hold it up on the top, but I'll still be able to get my coffee in. Then after that, I'm gonna try a couple of these eggs that I got from the house yesterday before I left. In the this is the little fry pan and handle that came from the Kelly set that we'll look at later. But I'm gonna try to put a couple of eggs through this thing with some cheese and some some sausages. So that'll be a pretty good breakfast, and I think my water's about ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my coffee made. I can see this having a little room for error right here. All right, like I said, I'm gonna let that seep through and get my coffee going, then we'll worry about eggs. All right, so obviously the little pan was a little too lightweight for the burner, so I had to keep taking it off. But I mean, by the taste of the eggs, you can't tell what size the pan was. Sausage and egg. For breakfast, there's a woodpecker eating breakfast right above me. We'll get this down, and then we're going to go to the Sipsey trailhead and figure out which one we're going to walk. So I'll see y'all at the trailhead. All right, so I had so much footage, I decided to put the hike on a separate video. So if y'all are interested in that, it'll be coming soon. A good way to know when it's coming is to hit that little bell button down there so you'll be notified. I also appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Well, I mean, like if you like them, but I still appreciate if you subscribe, and we will see y'all real soon. Again, thank y'all for watching. See y'all on the next video.